for some reason. This lane is very comfortable, so they used the last pick really wisely here, I think. And a good start on Necro could be the tempo that BetBoom need to look towards, so they have someone to play around. Because VP, they have all these big spells to go around, but BetBoom, like I said, their draft is a little bit slower and greedier, want their items a bit more.
Is Squadix going to have to like drag waves behind his tier 2 and like, try and...
I think it's fine up until level like 3-4 somewhere, and that's when you start like running out of bottle charges and you start suffering a bit, and you're like, this Heartstopper really hurts. We'll see, you know, early boots on the Necro can really be punishing as well for the Kunkka, because then you struggle to go up against him.
That can be a real challenge. Already seeing the 5-man strength of Virtus.pro all gathered around their Watcher. 2 Dar Observer wards in that area as well. I'm just looking for any movements here from the Lion. Try and protect that mid lane of Squadix as best they can.
Looks like both teams are just happy to go for their own 2 bounty runes here. Unless we see a little bit of a swap over here. I don't think it's in time to contest the bottom rune though for VP.
Sayush is going over there. He's probably going to see them from across the river and decide otherwise. He doesn't want to go and dip his toes in. Decides it's not worth the risk. And they'll move back out into their lanes. So yeah, Sayush and Notice going to go down south. Save going to wander back up to play with Miero's Doom. And it's been a bit of a breath of fresh air for BetBoom, honestly. Miero joining in, coming across into this Eastern European squad, replacing Pure, of course. A little less greedy than Pure in this offlane spot. Much better at it feels like much better at playing with the team and playing that more selfless initiator. But
I think almost every player is less greedy than Pure, to be honest. He is a very, very greedy offlaner. But yeah, you're right. He will bring a little bit more, you know, rotations and generally put himself at risk, perhaps, instead of playing for his own game.
Right. GPK, yeah. Observer wants to watch that mid lane, and so do we. But bottom lane, Toronto2 is taking a bit of a beating there. Sayush and Noticed, even at level 1, really offering quite a lot of initial damage. Rubik and Mars, one of those old school combos. Mars snap, Mars Rubik.
Rubik doing good damage too. That 60 auto attack damage, it really hurts to go close to him, so ET has to be careful how he plays this lane. Don't lose too much HP.
And is this just playing the lane to keep Nightfall safe, or do they... Can they look for kills once they've got a few levels on BetBoom?
Yeah, I mean, Toronto2 basically has to be the one to take the hits, so he's gonna sit back, wait for an opportune moment, rush in with the Spirit over and over, and kind of rinse and repeat. He can't continuously harass, so he has to look for those power spikes. Ideally, he gets a creep wave spawn, or a creep spawn on his small camp too, but already blocked by Rubik once.
Keeping tabs on it all. FNG, that position 5 Mirana, sat up top doing a similar job. Just trying to trade hits with the Lion, keep the Terrorblade quite safe. These 2 squishy position 1 carries need quite a bit of coddling, a bit of babysitting in these initial couple of minutes.
Hey, now he got +2 strength. TP ain't squishy anymore. He's tank.
I mean, is Toronto2 dead here? Looks like it. Level 2 hit by Virtus.pro. Swipe him a few more times and Sayush gets that first blood. Nice grab up there. But like you said, Toronto2, that's kind of his job.
Yeah, I mean, ideally you don't die first blood, but he kind of has to play to be the one to go in here. Otherwise, all that damage is going on to his Morphling, and Morph really needs help until he gets the Morbid Mask, so he can sustain in this lane. But so far, his CS is looking pretty good, 10 and 4 against the 8 and 3. So yeah, Toronto2, basically, like you said, doing what he needs to do.
2 strength per level. Oh yes, Terrorblade is so powerful now.
So you got a full level of strength there. That's big.
Pretty powerful. Getting some last hits on the tower. Oh, down the bottom lane again though. A spear into the trees, and Toronto2 put himself in harm's way. Does run back with the stick charges and stays alive. Sayush now the one in danger as Nightfall presses forward. Adaptive strike to finish the job. And Noticed not able to take anyone down, so this is going to give an opportunity for Toronto2 to get the Lotuses and stay in the lane.
Very nice for Nightfall too. Got back in time to get the banner creep there after the kill as well, so didn't really lose anything of value. Very nice start for him here, and he's going to opt to go for the full power treads, and almost has it now with that kill.
And taking a peek into this mid lane, pretty close on the CS board between the 2 of them. So Squadix with the stick, the bottle, even a fairy fire, tons of regen to keep him alive. But our top, Miero getting whacked around as Metamorphosis held back in its tracks by the Hex of Save. Both the BetBoom heroes alive, wounded, but alive.
Yeah, and meanwhile, mid lane, as you said, a lot of regen on this Kunkka to try and keep himself alive, but look at his HP pool though. He's going for these runes, getting a bounty rune here, but it's not even going to bring him up to very high HP, and the Necro is ready always. He cancelled his salve with a blood grenade, by the way, so stopped some of the healing there.
Oh, pretty cool. Yeah, and then GPK is going for, how do we want to say this, non-temporal items. He's going for items that last, you know, double bracer, the wand, he's building up, whereas the Kunkka, you can see in the net worth difference now, about 400 behind because he's buying all these tango, salves, fairy fires, bits of regen that he's having to spend and waste just to stay alive. Terrorblade
top lane,
getting caught out. Kiritich does turn around, quite a bit of damage with FNG by his side, but he'll get swiped down by the lane from hell, as you were calling it. Oh, FNG gonna fall as well. A double kill for Miero.
Just wailing at him there with this big Doom auto attack. He has the frost attack, so I don't think he expected to get slowed that much. The attack slow and the movement slow on this Doom. Very annoying for him on Mirana.
An incredible turn of events there for BetBoom. Up at that top. CB's going to come back. No matter for 60. This is Miero now with about 1,000 gold saved up, so he's got some options in where he wants to go.
Yeah, we'll see how greedy he wants to go, but it's going to be face boots, it seems, first here. A good choice. He needs that positioning, and a bit of armor against TB is really nice too.
If that was pure, yeah, it was hand of Midas.
Yeah, that would have been a Midas. Like 1,000 gold, I'm basically there. Almost have it.
For sure. I mean, that's what I was looking at, right? I'm like, is he going to buy it? Is he going to wait for it? No. Miero knows his place.
Question. Mid. Look at Save coming in here. He knows Kunkka only has one play right now. He has to be jungling.
He gets a ward down and spots him. Blood grenade. After the Hex and the stun, and the Reaper Scythe will come.
Oh,
GPK.
Look at the big creeps too. They're gonna go to Lion or Necro here. Lion probably gonna take them himself again.
And they have a catapult wave as well. At the same time, arriving in this mid lane, so quite a lot of damage should be arriving. Sayush will try and hold them back. And yeah, your call. Go and kill off the large camp. GPK and Save there to gather up a good 150 gold between them.
Oh, that's so fast. Just go in, one click, and you're out. Kunkka did all the hard work, got nothing. Meanwhile, top lane, the meta was used here to try and stay strong in the lane as he's alone against the Doom.
Just try and stand tall against Miero. But as this laning phase breaks down, we need some more emphasis from VP to look at mid, help out Squadix, aid him on his way to level 6, because he is their primary playmaker. They need that boat as quickly as possible. I think they've realized FNG and Sayush just gonna go back and like stack camps, build things up for a little bit later on.
Yeah, they're gonna stack, but BetBoom playing very actively here, making rotations to mid, now coming top, looking at the TB a bit. You know, they put a ward. Can't get spotted by the illusion here before he gets back, so maybe Kirtik will realize what happened there.
And then noticed Dragon Wave's bottom tracked back here by GPK and Nightfall. Not sure he was expecting both of the cores to suddenly arrive in the jungle down south.
Oh, that's so painful. Spent so much time as well trying to do that. I actually got Necro stuck, so he has to TP out. What? He speared him into a spot he couldn't leave.
Yeah, just like between a rock and a tree.
That's pretty rare. You know, there are not many places you can spear someone that they actually get stuck. Normally, you know, you get stuck against the wall. I
get sent down the Z-axis of the train, not helping him out too much there. Damn Z-axis, how dare he.
Dude, he's gonna have travels very soon here on Necro. This is only 7 minutes in, and clearing this double stack here, he's gonna get the completed travels. And then he can look towards joining side lanes, coming in with that Reap, perhaps to bring down the TB even. This is a really good timing for BetBoom.
Yeah, it just feels comfortable across the board, right? Nightfall has had, a couple of kills. He's 2-0-0. He's been protected and he's been involved. GPK had a spectacular mid lane. And you know, honestly, when you get into a game and it's 5-6 minutes in, you're already switching to net worth to see how far some of these laners are ahead of their opponents. That's when it's getting bad for VP. They're on the catch-up game.
VP, they need to make stuff happen around Noticed, I think. Like, you mentioned Kunkka earlier, but I actually think the big one is the Arena this early on in the game. They don't have it yet. He's only level 5. Meanwhile, Miero closing in on that level 7 on Doom. So getting Mars into the game, getting him a chance to make some play, I think that's going to be big.
I gotta get him involved somehow. FNG. Just getting walked at by this Elder Titan. Sounds like Tokyo is here with save. Letting the creeps hit the tower for now.
I think very...
I'm trying to wait and see who shows up.
Very smart moves by BetBoom right now, using their supports to go top, just denying this area for TB. He does farm jungle really fast, and he's rushing for that Yasha, which is reduced in cost and, you know, buffed a little bit as well. So gets the early Yasha here. Already has it at 9 minutes, so not too shabby for the TB.
Not too bad.
I mean, if there's one hero you're going to get forced to jungle early on, TB is a pretty good one. He takes no damage, having the safety bubble as well. Even his illusions are getting the bubble effect, which is very nice.
They're all very well protected. And yeah, this was the kind of guy that sometimes level 3 Terrorblade has been booted out of lane. He's got to go jungle. Not too much of a problem. And it looks like FNG going to try and guard this top tier 1. Half HP left on the objective. Dire vision. Trying to keep tabs on that northern side as well as in their own jungle, but BetBoom have pretty equal ward coverage here around this top lane as well, so they're going to see Squadix moving in, and now they can reposition themselves. Try and show Miero, the tanky one, goes up front, drags the wave.
They want to get something with those boats, and I think it's a good call. Like Kunkka knows that if he just farms jungle here, he's not going to get as much as BetBoom are getting on the map, so he was looking to join, but ultimately BetBoom, they sense it, they read it very well. They had a little bit of vision as well down, so playing around it. Meanwhile, all that was happening, Nightfall bottom was like wave forming up and bullying the Mars back, playing very dominantly. So even though he didn't see heroes, he still knew nobody's down here, and correctly played really assertively on the lane.
Yeah, just complete freedom to farm wave and jungle. He's getting both camps at the same time. GPK with Boots of Travel, double bracer, and already well on his way to a Rod of Atos here to add a bit of catch for BetBoom's side.
Good scam by VP, reading the skank, so noticed, he realized what's happening, he saw them around mid, and then he doesn't see them anywhere, so he just sits under tower a bit while the smoke is coming around. We'll see if they find initiation still, though, with the Earth Spike.
Started off, stun him up. TPs are coming now as GPK that's TPing in here, not an ally, not a friend. The arena's out.
Didn't have mana on Necro.
Trying to drain mana back as FNG has arrived, looking to kill off the Lion, successfully done. Now an X-Mark into the Metamorphosis to lay the damage on the GPK. Slowed down to a crawl, GPK caught up in a ton of stuns, and the Necro will fall. Squadix and Kirich get the job done. Waveform in from Nightfall now, though. Trying to open up on the Kunkka.
He stole Doom.
Slows them down, and the Doom is stolen. Sayo's going to turn it back on to Miero himself. As Kirich, oh, this TB, he's pretty powerful with a Sunder. It's a little bit of damage there onto Nightfall. Not enough to secure any kind of kill as he spears back
Doom,
to
he lives on 30
Incredible.
HP. Oh my. That was so disastrous for them. All of it came down to one single thing. Necro TP'd in and didn't have enough mana for Reaper. He used his Q, I believe, and run out of mana, and they couldn't secure the kill on Mars before the arena and the spear came around, and that turned the fight around in a great way for VP. So really big for them, and now they get to keep farming here as well. TB enjoying some nice area. Actually giving it to Kunkka, the big ancient stack here.
I pick it up and rush that Aghanim Scepter, it looks like. Yeah. Squadix going straight for it.
Even more teamfight controlling spells. I like the choice.
Yeah, great fight from that. I was wondering in that moment, like, does VP really want to try and react and fight around a tier 1 there? And I guess if GPK goes that deep, not having enough mana to slide someone down.
It was all the difference on that Necro. If he had the mana for ulti, I think that fight works out really well for them. Because no arena, no spear, it's very hard for VP to take a team fight into them with how far ahead they are right now. Top lane. Lion just hanging around. Smoke is coming in from Necro. He has Atos, so he can maybe set up and catch here on Mars.
I think this time Notice not going to have as lucky a time as down bottom. Splits out. And GPK going to slow him. Notice. Slept and Scythe. And the finishing touch there, and GPK.
Oh, counter smoke though, coming in around.
Oh yeah, Squadix is in behind. They're looking to move in there. They did get rid of a lot of this Radiant Vision, so there's nothing that BetBoom sees coming.
Still not gonna be able to to defend the tower though. And meanwhile, bottom, this Morphling has not left lane. We're 13 minutes in, just sitting on bottom lane. This is a sign of like really dominant gameplay. If your carry is never forced to leave his lane, that's you basically controlling 3 lanes to some degree.
I mean, the tier 1 down there hasn't taken a scratch of damage.
Yeah,
it is
literally pristine.
That's a PSA 10 tower if I've ever seen one.
Okay, Arena.
Hello. Trying to tuck you inside. Speared up against the Colosseum. Noticed an FNG should eventually be able to bring him down. Meanwhile, Squadix chasing onto the Lion for that bonus kill. A couple of supports falling there as VP do well to react again up in that top lane.
Some good kills for them. They need this. Even though it's just 2 support kills, they need to get something. But I'm still worried about the ticking time bomb that is this Morphling just happily free farming. There we see nice Arena. Holding the spear a bit too. Pump faked it once, but made sure he got it. Actually, top they're going now.
Atos onto Mars. Oh, the Doom arrowed up, so doesn't get his ulti down. Lifted his hands to throw it onto the Mars there, but
I think it was good he got arrowed, because that Doom would have been wasted if he got it out. Because Mars runs away. The fact that you can use items now, you know, you just face boots and keep running. So face boots actually quite good against Doom.
Thank you, FNG. Stop me from wasting my big old spell.
Yeah, just looking out for him.
Arcane Rune on GPK.
Yeah, item timings. GPK is going for that shard, you know, waiting 10 more seconds here, and he's going to have it immediately. It's a value shard to get as soon as possible. And with that, he's really ready to fight. Atos for a disable, and then shard to have the mobility. Meanwhile, Morphling, of course, just farming for that Manta style. Gonna keep farming for the next 10 to 20 minutes for sure.
Yeah, until someone says, hey, you should stop. Don't get arrowed. 500 HP. Nightfall just still unbothered. Unbothered by anything coming his way. Now he can go back to the jungle. Lifesteal all the way back up with a Morbid Mask. It just feels like BetBoom have so much room, so much time to maneuver. I can really feel the cogs turning over there on the VP side. Is TB ready? Can TB fight? He's got Meta. He's got Manta.
It's already... Yeah, I think the call has already been made. It feels like on VP what they're doing. They're fighting around Aghanims on Kunkka. So we see a smoke here, probably connecting into Seiyu. Don't think they're gonna try and fight for him. That's just, okay, buddy, you got caught. We don't know you.
He is dead. He is really, really dead.
Kunkka is like, thanks, that gank wasn't on me, you know, you did your job, tank the gank. Sadly though, the tower is also gonna die, and it's not as lucky as the Rubik. It won't respawn. This is permanent damage being done here, Gareth.
Oh. Yeah, it is. I like that from the Kunkka. He goes and clears, so yeah, okay, Rubik, you know, tanks the gank, allows Kunkka to farm the stacks, and then Kunkka comes and blocks his own Ancients, so the Morphling, who just walked there, couldn't farm them.
Yeah.
Nice little heads-up play from Squadix.
Good understanding of who owns the area. You know, after you lose tower and lose the gank there, you gotta run away, so he was quick to get where he could, and then blocked salt the earth tactics, you know, blocking the camp.
Good analogy.
Only 300 more gold for Kunkka, and then we have item online. Also, 100 gold for Mars to get his Blink Dagger, so huge timings coming up on VP here. BetBoom have to be ready for it and respect it a bit.
They do get pretty scary. Again, with that Moonlight Shadow, that element of surprise where they just jump out with a bunch of damage and team fight could catch you.
So we talk about a lot of items here. I want to hype up some support items too. We got Toronto Tokyo, has the double Wraith Band. It's a high physical damage game here with Kunkka, TB, and Mars, so, you know, he's getting that armor.
And then queues up the Ags. Maybe we'll see a good old... Oh, Kunkka, half HP. Finger of Death, but not enough to finish. Now Squadix with a boat and a torrent to come out. Nightfall getting controlled so the Kunkka gets out of there.
That was Nightfall's mistake there. He didn't actually use Morph on Kunkka immediately and like X torrent combo him. He could have done it, but he probably thought that he can kill him without using his ulti. So now he kind of looks a little bit stupid for not committing it. He even used it towards the end, but didn't manage to catch the Kunkka properly.
Yeah, Squadix just goes back home and says, right, great, I've got Ags now, 40 seconds time, pretty ready to fight. We'll see if we can get a shard before that next proper battle. Smoke from VP. Radiant Ancient's being taken down by Miero, but it looks like VP angling more for objectives. Metamorphosis from Kiritich.
Yeah, smoke coming in though. Gonna break here and blink forward.
Try and catch this Miero Doom. Pin him up against the arena yet again. FNG and Squadix coming in. The torrent will connect. And killing spree as well grabbed up there. And there's just no response from BetBoom. So not only do they lose that tier 1 mid to the TB, They lose their triangle, they lose their doom.
That's an 861 gold kill as well. They get quite a bit of gold there. And like you said, the area worth quite a bit as well. And now they're in a good position to try, if they want, to push the top tower. They have the TB, Meta, Manta.
Radiant's top tower is under
Tower is
attack.
gone quite quickly here.
Radiant's
I'm not sure
top
that they can defend at all, even if they wanted to on BetBoom.
I just go get these dominoes toppling over. Oh, what is it, 19 minutes in? 20 odd minutes? This TB.
So Lion just purchased Blink, so he's prioritizing it over the shard here, trying to get a little bit of follow-up and initiation power. Back-to-back smoke by VP though, moving towards mid. They want Necro.
He's a tanky fella though. 2000 HP, Sanj, double bracer, Atos.
Dragon Scale even, yeah, he has some good stuff. Morphling? Might be in a bad spot here. He's hard to kill, but...
Good wave forward. Spear's going to send him back into the middle of VP though. And there's a lot of control. BetBoom going to lose their Morphling. Nightfall's down.
That was a 6 spear back. He got him into the boat stun perfectly for when the spear brought him back. Nothing he could do about that. So back to back here. VP just finding the moves, getting these kills, and they're worth a lot. Even though it was a big rotation, you know, twice that they committed here, it still was worth it. Easily worth it for them.
And it's just so cool to see these kind of moves as well. Thinking about how the draft went, how the laning stage went. This was clean from BetBoom, from first pick to the 10th minute. But
Smoke number 3, the Mirana ulti. It's the fake smoke.
Yeah, who needs to buy them when we could got them for free on cooldown? Miero, not enough damage to kill him. They'll piss him off a little bit and probably send him out of this top lane.
Notice messed up a little bit. He missed his God's Rebuke, so that's why they disconnected that. I think they had the kill potential, but the moment he missed it, he'd start running away. He's like, you know what? We don't have it without that.
We don't find it now. VP so good at finding these little pockets of farm for the Terrorblade, who now inhabits that right side of the map. I'm not sure why he's being tipped by GPK. But we're never sure why GPK. He just does it accidentally sometimes, I'm sure.
I'm curious if, yeah, I was like looking if he denied a rune or something, but...
No, I think he's pinging Terrorblade is missing, but he accidentally tipped him.
He's just tipping people. They should get in his game. Free shards.
Yeah, give me those tips.
I'll be rich.
So Dire, triple smoked, Moonlight Shadow, now they're double scanning. Everything being utilized here to try and catch a whiff of what BetBoom are up to. But they're not in Roche. They're not down bottom lane. They're spread across the map pretty thin.
This is exactly what we talked about during the draft. I said they need to have a strong, like, early to mid game. They need to come out of laning stage and do things. And even though laning stage was rough, look at them. They're smoking again. They're non-stop realizing we have a strong power spike right now. We want to do stuff. And TB is also just now completing his Eye of Skadi. He has the entire thing. So that's a huge item, obviously, against all these heroes on the side of Radiant who want to heal up a lot. You have the Necro and the Morph. So they have a fantastic time to just go.
Oh no, I paid 10 grand for this PSA 10 tower and it's about to be crumpled and crushed by Virtus.pro. Yeah, but again, this draft, very good in choke points. They know that BetBoom aren't roshing. So hell, we'll go rosh. We'll take this choke point fight. You want to come to us? Go for it.
Yeah, this is perfect for VP.
Ooh.
Controlling bottom now. We see a move though. They don't like this Roshan going for free. Oh, they went top. This is a bamboozle moment.
Okay, what's going on?
BetBoom want to go bottom and contest Roche, but VP instead went through to the portal top, and now they are smoking down? It's like, they swapped. They did a vengeful swap on the minimap.
Yeah, we're not roshing. Wait, you're not roshing? No, we're not roshing. We're running around in circles.
I think VP were in a good position, but they weren't sure where all of BetBoom were. They hadn't seen everyone. They were off map for a while. Now they're gonna find out.
Says hello to the entirety, right? The entirety of the BetBoom team. Moonlight Shadow, the dust comes though, so they've got that reveal over the Mirana to kill her off. BetBoom, don't move into the pit though.
They can't quite take it fast enough here. They could if they tried to move the Morphling over as well, but they're being a bit slow about it. We'll see. Morphling does not want to go. We see Nightfall. That's the important one to keep an eye on. The rest of them are not going to do any damage to Roche. Their heroes are actually terrible at it. It's just Morph who can do it.
I was pretty set on VP just going into Roche after that tier 1.
Yeah, I thought they had a good position, but it's easy when you have the bird's eye view. You see that, all of them are top, but they actually had been in Fog of War for a while there. You got to keep that in mind. So they could easily have been smoking towards bottom from the perspective of VP. So, yeah, they just went for a different play. Didn't work out in the end. They were looking for Morphling. That's what they wanted.
I'm going to try and go to kind of outer ring, the outskirts of the map to find him.
Early Tormentor here being taken. Not the strongest heroes for taking Torm, but they do get it. And free shard for Lion, or for Rubik. So he can now be a Lion as well. Get the mana drain.
Any other cool shardy things he can take?
Middle tower is under attack.
I mean, it's not super spectacular of a shard game in that regard. It's more that you get the telekinesis. It's like a really nice thing. I mean, there was a meta where people just rushed shard on Rubik primarily for the telekinesis only. Then that was nerfed a little bit, but it's still very potent.
The Rubik against Disruptor meta.
Yeah.
Save people from Static Storm. Squad X immediately X's himself away from GPK, who wanted to probe in that mid lane to see who's around.
I like FNG's choice in this game as well. He's playing on the Mirana and he's building towards a Lotus Orb next. I think this is one of the best Lotus Orb games you could ever ask for if you're Dire. You're against a Morphling, Lion, Doom, Necro. There's some great stuff to return here. Even dispelling the Rod of Ages is going to be good.
Yeah, literally all of the great things that we said BetBoom have in the draft can be turned right up against them. VP have done such a good job keeping this Terrorblade tucked in behind.
Oh boy, I see the build. Have you
Mars?
looked at noticed the items?
Ooh.
I hope he commits for that.
As soon as you said, oh, I clicked the Mars.
Yeah. This is the build. He's queuing it up. The Revenant's Brooch. He wants to have the Rapier and he wants to have the Octarine with it. He's queuing up a ton of things here. Actually, it's a Hex that he's queued up here.
Okay. What was
This build one-shots Morphling really effectively. Especially as Morphling went for the Waveform range talent, doesn't have the magic resists increase. And magic damage against Morph is just insanely useful.
Yeah, this is where the Mars players are wishing he had his old Ags. That like 1 second cooldown God's Rebuke. Just spam it non-stop.
The current Aghanims is some tragic thing. They have to fix the fact that it can push people out of Mars Arena. Like the entire purpose of it, I feel, should be that you put up Arena and then bonk people against the wall with it and like do a ton of damage. But if you do that, you push them out of Arena.
Oh, that's not good.
Valve, get on it, man.
That's not good. That counter synergy within your own hero.
Yeah.
Feels pretty rough. Here we go. Here's Roshan for VP. BetBoom are nearby, and it looks like they will smoke. Nightfall needs to shove out that wave sharpish.
They might be in time if they go straight, but they're going on an arc here. We'll see if they're actually going to be in time like this.
They've dodged the scan. FNG Moonlight Shadow. I'm going to scout them out and see Toronto Tokyo coming. Roshan down to about 1,000 HP. He's going to get taken down quickly. BetBoom starting out onto FNG. So Mirana's down. Aegis taken up by the TB and then going to TP out.
Yeah, under cover of the Torrent Storm. Drop the Aghanims on Kunkka there and just TP out. Very nice play by them. They only lose the Mirana.
Easy as you like.
BetBoom. Always tricky to go and contest the top Roche, I feel. It's such a hard place because there are so great places to stand and smoke break. As we saw the movement by the VP supports there, there was just not a clear angle to get in there. I feel like bottom Roche is a bit easier to wrap around.
Yeah, I mean, bottom right corner just way more open, it feels like. Just like an open field. Up at top, there's all these little alleyways, trees blocking everything. It's harder to get access to. So far, BetBoom, it's felt like they've been a step behind VP's moves. Very decisive, very sharp from Virtus.pro so far. Makes things
not slowing down though,
game.
even though the Aegis is in the hands of the TB here, they realize meta is probably on cooldown and Kunkka just used Aghanim, so they're still going in, invading, placing deep vision. I like the aggression here by BetBoom.
Yeah, make the most of the situation.
Dire's bottom tower
Ping out that bottom tier too. Gather up around their own vision and play into that bottom lane. VP just not entertaining any of this. Going to dodge and play top.
Dire's structures are fortified.
You get into a base race situation. Just run it down these side lanes. Ignore the fight.
Yeah, just the buildings are in danger right now.
Bottom tower has fallen.
So many towers falling. My announcer's going haywire.
Yeah.
Cave Johnson's having an aneurysm trying to decide what he's going to talk
towers.
about. Defend the towers, please. Kiritich on to save. Lion is dead. That is meta used.
Drained like 30 mana before he died at least, so, you know, always something. TB
Lion
can't get that back.
calls.
scanning.
Notice didn't quite catch a glimpse there of the Necros. GPK TP'd away. So
I'd say they're really making the most happen with this Mirana. VP are, you know, showing signs of what Mirana can do as a hero. Even though we were both doubters in the start, I still feel like she's pulling her weight in this game, just from a support position.
Yeah, it's just probably because in my head in particular, I mean, it's probably both of us, right? Old school players thinking what Mirana used to be, thinking about the you know, Woe Dota starburst arrows flying through the trees, tagging people and getting solo kills with Starstorm. None of her skills matter. It's just Moonlight Shadow.
And the glory that was the old shard, the new shard, you know, while I'm saying it's slept on right now, it's definitely nothing compared to the old crit shard. That was a very, very strong period in Mirana's life.
I pause one Mirana. Those were the days. What's
the full Kanda, Manta, BKB going towards the butterfly next here.
I'm getting his mana back from the Lion.
Always feels good having Lion on your team. Can fix your mana pool, heal you up a bit. Reminds me of the Pugna meta, you know, Pugna Storm, Coddle Storm.
Petrol station, just fill you up.
The game is definitely slowing down a bit here. I think both teams are feeling confident in their late game. And both definitely have a lot of power going into late game. But I think it favors BetBoom a bit more. So VP, they're going to be the ones to go for a move here. Having the Aegis.
This is where things, I guess so important. Who you show, who you've got hidden, who smoked, where's your vision. VP all gathered up and Miero shows Invis rune grabbed. Have they got reveal? They do. See the Doom? Oh, dragging back. They saw him for a while there. Any reveal now? Noticed? Oh, gets him with the arena right on the side. Was it just a fade time, I guess? They saw him for long enough and then...
Yeah, they saw him with the spear. The spear gives vision as well. Like, while you spear, if you're pinned, you're visible during that time. So they saw him blink in, take the invis, and then speared him quickly. But yeah, a little bit low on detection there, as nobody on the side of Radiant is actually invis normally. They don't have a Glimmer, they don't have a Shadow Blade, so, you know, it's not really a fault by VP that they didn't have a Dust with them, because what would they have a Dust for?
Yeah.
Other than that specific situation.
They don't have Moonlight Shadow. Why do we need a reveal? I got the kill regardless.
It's also a nice thing about Mirana, right? You always force the opponents to spend detection, not just on one hero, but on potentially any hero in the team fight. You want to kill something? Well, bring detection.
Yeah, it was like that Ricky support meta. Because every support player is sighing and crying because you've got to buy sentries every time. Like, the shop is just empty. You've got no sentries, no dust, everything's out of stock. Just to try and keep tabs on him.
Yeah, no tears were shed over that nerf, finally.
No.
It was some annoying patching.
Dart nonsense. It looks like it's BetBoom's turn to smoke now, though. They've had enough of these Moonlight Shadows, the initiation from VP. They want to try and get into this mid lane, use it as a platform. So
ET wants to use his Aghanim Scepter. He wants to show it off, you know. He has that BKB now effect, or debuff immunity effect, and magic resistance coming along with it too. If he connects on a few heroes, could go in and just punch people.
Curious to see if he does go that Mask Madness Basher kind of route we've seen from players like Crit in the past. Scale on the ET as much as you can as this game is starting to drag out.
Good scan there. Reading that they're coming out. The Mirana Invis not going to be successful this time.
Looks like they've realized there's vision somewhere. Something's not quite right. A lot of pings on the map here as BetBoom stepped forward.
So positional. Nobody playing for the lanes right now. That's when you're happy to have the TB on your team. You can use those solutions to push out lanes, and that's going to force something. Right now they see that there's nobody showing anywhere, so VP just correctly playing on high grounds, backing up a bit. Nightfall now. Gonna throw a question mark to this tier 2 tower, though, if anyone wants to defend it, and it seems like the answer is no.
GPK is maybe opening himself up a little bit in this bottom lane. They have seen the movement of VP go from that top jungle across to Ancients and then down south, and that's why GPK is kind of tucking himself back. Yeah, not showing on that secondary wave arriving. This game has had a really nice ebb and flow to it. It's pretty dead even in kills and net worth. We thought it was, or I thought it was an outdraft potentially from BetBoom, but that's not how it's played out. VP with the big brain mid-game moves.
Yeah, for being 11-9, it feels like a very active game. This doesn't feel like a slow game at all because both teams are always posturing, trying to make a move, and they're just very correctly reading each other. So it's all about getting the angle of initiation, getting the favorable fight here. Looks like the side of BetBoom want to try and take over top area again, using the Necro to defend the bottom tier 2, but now organizing a push towards the tier 2 top. If they get rid of that, they'll open up both the sides, already having taken the bottom tier 2.
It's felt like that's something that BetBoom have been a little better at, is having these deeper wards, keeping them alive, not being scattered out too much by VP.
Here goes another fake smoke.
Oh yeah. The MLS. And the dire scan connects there, and it's GPK waiting in the wings. Save on the high ground, reflected by the TB with a great arena spear. They've blown up Save already. GPK having to BKB, but his TP is on cooldown.
Oh, and now it's ready, but it's too late. He gets out though.
Ooh, GPK hexed, lifted, X mark. Now what has he got to protect himself? No Death Seeker for 10 seconds. The boat will crash on him. Ursula is out to protect him and keep VP at bay. They move in on to notice the Mars getting crushed by this Doom and Morphling. The shiny golden BetBoom heroes have all arrived with their BKBs, and VP are the ones on the run. All that Atos clips Mirana. She's already leapt away, though. Squadix has plenty of spells left to give. Torrent Storm and Riptide as the TB metamorphoses up.
The Morphling, no
Doom, the Morphling opened up on. They've got the connection, but the stun there for the Lion. Maybe protecting Nightfall enough. Can we get the Morph out of here, bro? Finger of Death and a big spear across from Notice. Gonna blow up Save, but Kiritich is dead. And Squadix, this Kunkka in serious trouble. Miero and this GPK just right on top of him again.
Yeah, we're just not really seeing... I mean, this is a really, really good fight by BetBoom. A lot of it to break down there. The start of the turnaround there, the Elder Titan using the choke point, getting a beautiful 2-hero Echo Stomp to cancel the combo on the Necro, and then they chase after, get some good kills with aggressive play from Nightfall, just waveforming in as a Rubik. But the big thing here for VP is, I just don't feel like their TB is having enough impact. He is so farmed, he's really, really big, and he tries to fight, but his illusions keep dying to mana drain, and he got doomed and Reaper Scythed in that fight. Just impossible for him to really do that much.
When the fights break out, they're so chaotic. There's like 3 fights happening at the same time. GPK running as deep as he can into these fights. Notice trying to be the same guy that's starting things off for that Mars arena. Everyone picking their targets.
I think they need a different impact right now on VP, so I'm really leaning towards this Mars. He's got 3k gold. He's not changed his quick buy. He did go back for a Deso, but the Brooch is coming up, and after that, he has a Hex queued up, but he could also go for that Rapier once he has the Brooch. He'll feel the urge to do it, Gareth.
Yeah, it's inevitable.
I mean, killing Morph or Necro in one hit, you know?
Oh, it feels so good.
At least Morph would die. Necro might be tanky enough now with a cloak and 3.3k HP.
He's a pretty big boy. Dire Vision. Looks like FNG came across here.
Good torrent
to spot them out. That torrent with the finger blows up Save. Inside the arena, looks like the Doom's gonna get caught as well. A good arrow
stunned
off the Disables. Permanently stunned up. GPK trying to stand and fight. Spirit Vessel on him, but the BKB TP should get him out of here alive. X Mark. Wait, is that long enough?
No, it's not. No, it's not. He's fine. That initial torrent to scout was the first stun on Doom, and he was stunned for 10 seconds after that.
He couldn't move.
So he got torrented, then speared, then torrented and bolted, then arrowed, and then sharded by Kunkka as well. He just could not click BKB at any point.
Oh, incredible. Ah, it's perfect timing for VP as well, right aside Roche.
Yeah, this is really big for them. But, like, the game swung a little bit again. Like you said, the ebb and flow of this game. It's really, you know, oh, are they going to win? Is VP going to get the advantage? Going very back and forth. TV level 20 now as well has that big talent, the 10-second conjure image duration. Sure, you're playing as the Lion, but it's still a fantastic talent for both pushing out lanes, fixing stuff, and, you know, if you kill Lion early, then those illusions are going to do a lot of damage.
They start to stack up. I was looking at that net worth and XP graph. It is all over the place. Like up, down, left, right. No idea what's going on there. And VP emerging with a 3k lead. I was going to say VP haven't led this game, but that they have by like 100 gold here and there. This is the first substantial lead in net worth they've had.
That was a huge catch with that move, and yeah, they're just utilizing their movements with this Mirana Invis like non-stop. They're looking for it, so you can really tell it's FNG, you know, behind these calls, like the captain drafting this hero early and making the rotations around it, utilizing it really well.
Yeah, Philosopher's Stone being swapped out for the Trickster's Cloak, more Invis, more tankiness.
Yeah. We saw Shard going over now from the Tormentor over to the Elder Titan, so he has that ability to jump in onto his Spirit now. And also he gets some CDR on the Stomp, which feels really good. And he bought one more Wraith Band, so he has 3 Wraith Bands now after minute 25, so technically 6.
Tanky fella. Tons of armor with that Spirit coming in as well. Terrorblade.
I mean, that age is huge.
Yep. High ground time.
Brooch is ready, by the way, on Mars, so he's looking for the bonk. He doesn't have tremendous damage yet. There's no Rapier. He's going Nullifier and then Rapier in the quick buy, but it already does a lot.
And if he sees save, you could quite easily see that line disappear. And like you were saying, that gives the Terrorblade much more momentum just to keep on fighting and standing.
Yeah.
BetBoom going to glyph this up for now.
He has to be wise about how he uses it, actually. If he goes on save, he's stronger if he doesn't turn it into magical damage. But if he goes on Morphling, he definitely wants the magic damage. But save has no armor. He's running around with 6 armor on Lion, so he would die to the Deso minus armor harder.
Right. That makes sense, yeah.
He's ready for all scenarios, Gareth. He's prepared. Deso and Brooch. Come armored, come unarmored. I am prepared.
Cover all your bases. The ultimate gladiator. Now that's what you got to be, right? You know, whether it's a spear, a machete, a broadsword, a net, a fishing rod, whatever it is. Noticed he knows how to fight with every weapon.
Oh, and with a DD rune, I think we'll see Kirtik ready to fight as well. This DD rune is massive to get it over on the TB. Wait, are they giving it to Mars? They're giving it to Mars. Okay, so they want him to bonk the Morphling, is the plan.
Right, my eyes are wide open. I am not blinking. I'm not blinking. GPK shouldn't blink either. He's jumped and speared. He's about to die. He's fallen. I'm glad I didn't blink because that happened so bloody quickly. Miero, BKB, Xmar Torrent, and
wait, it's long enough.
Back in the timing.
Wow, I actually thought he was fine there, but I guess it was just barely bringing him back.
I wasn't sure, but I always err on the side of fun, and
yeah,
this is fun.
Squadix waited long enough, I guess, just a millisecond long enough.
Oh my god. So it saves little clan tag there. Destroy lonely. Yeah. Yeah, he got destroyed
lonely. Well, he was lonely and he got destroyed. Also, Notice did do the thing. He went with physical damage for the Lion. He's truly a man of culture here. He knows what to do.
Oh,
now
he's tuned in.
He's
cracking up. VP going tier 4s. Double buyback out of BetBoom. Virtus.pro going to fall back to the barracks instead of the tier 4s and the throne. Aegis for 1 minute.
The Lotus Orb?
The Lotus on the scythe back on GPK nearly kills him. Noticed is back in, but GPK with the BKB standing up, and Noticed falls. Nightfall makes sure no nonsense in this Radiant base, but they've lost their buildings. Bottom lane getting crushed by Terrorblade as well.
That was a crazy bait, though. That was a Lotus Lincoln's immediate pass from FNG the moment Reaper Scythe started being cast. He didn't have Lincolns on him, didn't have Lotus. Necro was like, yeah, I can ulti this. And both of them get clicked before he gets the ulti out.
Good stuff. The old man still got it.
Yeah.
It's that hair, man. He grows the hair out. He's a different beast.
FNG knows. He predicted all this, you know. He saw it coming from miles away.
Standing next to that Tormentor. He can't do it on his own.
If you stand long enough next to a Tormentor, maybe teammates will come and give it to you.
Just you constantly spam the, you know, Tormentor has 1 HP. Tormentor has 1 HP.
Yeah, it's just 1, guys. Just kill it.
All it's got. Just kill it. BetBoom not going to give them a freebie. Sprinting across the map and scanning the Torment.
Yeah, very nice and solid lead now for VP though, and they're holding on to it, sitting in base. They realize they want to play around their timings. Want that Mars. Don't want to force his buyback by making a mistake.
Hello.
The Doom is in.
The turnaround, Lotus. TB kept alive and BKB's up now. Save dead. GPK stunned. A wild initiation from BetBoom up into this high ground. Miero's going to feel the pain from Terrorblade and Mirana jumping in and looking to clear out the Doom. Miero is down as they try and spear back GPK and the rest of BetBoom by this tier 3 mid. They've caught him out.
MVP Mirana again, dude. The FNG, look at that. He gets tipped by Kiratik, said it. He instantly Lotused and Lincoln Sphered him as well. And of course popped the Moonlight Shadow as well, just to be annoying. But yeah, this initiation, so hard to go on the TB. We said at the start of the game that, oh, they don't have save heroes. He built himself into a save hero. That's what he did, Gareth. Look at me. I'm the Oracle now.
Seriously, I mean, we literally just read off all of his, you know, Shadow Demon, Undying, whatever, blah, blah, blah. He's like, no, Mirana.
Well, he likes to play stuff that saves his teammates, man. He's a good friend to have on your team. Even gonna give his HP here to TB as he pops Thunder on him.
Incredible stuff.
75 seconds, no Necro. All order.
Does he have... It's cooldown, right? Yeah, so they know he has no buyback if they've been keeping tabs on that. It's not a money issue, it's a timer issue.
Yeah, this is very, very dangerous. This should be game here, but maybe BetBoom can somehow fend them off in a decent way. Also, VP could back out and play it safe, but yeah, they don't want to take the fight when Doom is up here. I feel like maybe they're respecting a little bit too much here. Because if they go aggressive, they still have their tier 2 mid tower, they still have buybacks on their own team. Like, it's a very serious chance of winning the game immediately, but backing out, of course, they're just gonna control, wait for ages, get more advantage.
I guess one of the base layers, the foundation of their draft is that on-off switch. Does TB have meta? Yes, no. The Boolean switch of, do we fight? Yes, no. If TB's not got meta, I'll probably just think about backing up.
There's another yes, no going on right now. Is this gonna be a Rapier, this Relic, unnoticed? Because he has a locked helm and backpack, and then he has Demon Edge queued up.
Toronto Tokyo has wandered into the wrong neck of the woods, it looks like. But Miero, the Doom, he pops the mantle on TB, the 4th staff drifting away, the TP out. He's been caught and stunned, though. He's dead. Notice gonna try and BKB TP himself out of here under the cover of Moonlight Shadow. So BetBoom come out, kill the Terrorblade, dead for 90. What do they do off the back of this now?
Report Mirana didn't save. You know, it's all in him. Definitely not out of position, but yeah, that was a little bit odd. They backed out instead of pushing, and then they also stuck around top and let the Necro come in and join the fight. So they ended up taking a riskier fight than if they had committed for the push initially. Now BetBoom are the ones taking control. Also, you wondered what build we were going to see from Toronto Tokyo. He went for a very manly one. It's the Crystallis build on Elder Titan.
Okay.
So no attack speed really, but if he punches, you know, he wants those crits.
He will punch pretty hard.
What a bounty!
Oh, interesting, eh?
I almost feel like they need to itemize more to solve everyone else than TB, because they have so many things to try and bring TB down in terms of spells. So the problem is almost this, like, Mirana saving people, try and deal with her in some way.
Everyone carry dust, please.
Well,
Save has some...
Yeah, Save has been on point with it. We have an Aghanim Scepter here. Gonna go towards Doom, it looks like. Picked it up, not consuming it yet. See him running away.
Thinking about it.
Is he gonna take it? Yeah, he does have the refresher, so I mean, double Doom with Aghanims. This is definitely gonna be his. This is gonna be very, very big for next team fight. And that also prevents the Lincoln's Lotus save. If Miero dooms himself, blinks onto the TB, now you have to save him in different ways. Now the 4-staff from Rubik is going to be very crucial to try and get him out of that Doom effect.
Man, it's 100% cleave on ET. Like, it catches me off guard. Like, even though I know he has it, just him going up to a creep wave and like one-hitting the entire thing still catches me off guard.
Really says something about how weak a hero's early game has to be for a level 20, 100% cleave talent to not be completely busted. It can be strong, you know. If this game goes on for another 30 minutes, he'll be a powerhouse, Gareth.
He's farming. No, he's getting there.
Daedalus queued up on the support.
Hell yeah.
That's my post 5.
That is the post 5.
Aghanim Daedalus build. Do this in your pubs, people.
Goodness gracious.
I mean, he knows what he's doing. Road to Tokyo. This is what happens when you take a core player and they turn into a support. Yeah, I can play support.
Glimmer Cape, force them to... What? What are
The
they?
Rapier's ready on the Mars. He has it ready. Locked, but ready. He unlocked it, and there's the damage.
Oh. Yep.
Yep, 2 hits.
Yep.
He almost insta one-shot the 2.5k HP... 2.5k HP ET there.
Arrow. No. Smoke into GPK. They get the slot. Oh my god. The damage.
Oh, they're going for Rapier. They're trying to get him.
Steam doomed up. The BKB will rush out from Miero as well. Noticed falling. Rapier on the floor. FNG's going to have to pick it up. They've got the Terror Blade and Mars down. Oh, huge turnaround for BetBoom here as they might be able to catch FNG.
Oh, they might still get it.
The Rapier courier. FNG being stunned up. But
where's the vision?
Just isn't there. They can't see him. Invisibility is invulnerability.
Invincibility. It works. TB bought back on that as well. If they lost that Rapier and got it in the hands of the Kanda Morphling, that would have been a sight to behold as well. But it's ferried back to base. Mr. Mars, here's your frisbee. Don't throw it again.
Drop it back in that fountain. Put it back where it belongs.
Yeah. This is a spicy game, dude. I wished for it at the start, but this is turning out way more entertaining than I could have expected. Looks like they are not going to be able to force something with the 70 seconds no Mars here. They're trying to go down mid now, but still missing their Elder Titan as well. Are they really going to crack high ground? Looks like they might.
What is it? 25 seconds for Doom ult. BKBs are all ready now across the board for BetBoom.
Doom also doesn't have buyback yet, doesn't have gold for it. He's very close. And he also kind of wants the double ulti, so there's reasons why BetBoom don't want to just rush down mid now. You might question, like, what? There's one dead. They should just go, but I think they're making the right play and not just beelining down mid. They are controlling the map, though.
Yeah, this is the derby for second place in the region, right? And a lot of pride on the line here for both sides.
I think that was good play. Go in, do a bit of damage, and then get out. They got at least, 1,000 damage on a tier 3, so preparing for that push to come later. They are playing down 2 lanes, so difficult spot to be in for BetBoom. And VP have to be so happy. That was a nerve-wracking moment, losing the TB and losing the Mars. But TB having to spend buyback is the big story there. He now has to be so cautious against all these spells. I would be sweating bullets if I was TB in this game, dude.
You're just gonna hope and pray that FNG has got dry and warm fingers, right?
I mean, you can only link them so much, and there's too many spells, Gareth.
I mean, we need a Wind Waker or something as well at this point.
Yeah, he went for Black Mirrors to buff up the TB even more, so, he's doing everything he can here to serve his master.
Do what you can, bow down to the Lord, get down, Mr. President, put your body on the line.
Yeah.
Yeah, certainly BetBoom do have to contend with those 2 super creep lanes as well as these TB illusions, which we saw Miero having some serious difficulties actually dealing with.
This is where you just gotta buckle up as well if you're Mars. Like, you may be a little bit scared, but just buy 1 more Rapier. Just do it, because it actually gets stronger. Since the spell amp is additive, they stack really nicely. So we see him queuing up another Rapier after this. This is a very, very potent build. If he gets 1 more Rapier, he definitely one-shots anyone on this side of Radiant. Like, even that 4,000 HP Necro with a heart, yeah, he's dead. If you have the double Rapier and click W.
Just gets popped. Well, VP stepping into that bottom jungle. BetBoom, yeah, sat in their base, waiting to see what comes.
Yeah, 52 minutes in here, and dangerous to walk out. You feel the pressure of the lanes coming in, using the Manta to try and fix lanes a bit. And the Mirana Invis, the fake smoke as we call it, they're hovering around here. They have the gem as well, so making sure there's no vision for BetBoom. BetBoom now pretty desperately trying to move out bottom.
Dire are scattered.
Yeah, Trey succeeds, but it's a scan again. How many times this game have both teams have been really...
Both teams are very on point, and they're also keeping track of them. Like, it's so hard to sneak out of base when you have 2 lanes against you like this. If you're not able to just push a lane before you smoke, then it becomes way too obvious. They saw the Necro pushing bottom creep wave, and he had to do it, but they still very easily spot it and just back up. So we We see VP just respecting it. They say, okay, -1 smoke. You know, that's a very big impact. This is a long game, so resources drag out, you know.
Point, we're both looking at the next Roshan or BetBoom more content with controlling areas of the
BetBoom
map.
might have to fight in their base. I'm not sure they're going to be in a position to control Roche. We'll see how well VP played the map here. They look like they might want to gate bottom, as everyone. But I fear for BetBoom that they might be stuck in base for a while here. They have been very competitive staying on the field, but it's getting more and more difficult to do so.
You got yourself.
Yeah.
Turning again. This moonlight shadow.
This is where we see all
show
5 of
hero
them
top,
basically stuck in
that.
base. And to be fair, VP are also
TB
moving
illusions
together a
there,
lot, but they have the benefit of the auto
like
lane
I said,
push,
they all
and they have
bottom.
TB to push that top lane in really deep with the illusion. So they have an easier time playing the map. And meanwhile, BetBoom, you gotta do what you can when you're behind like this. I would say go for that Tormentor. It's like free resource when you're behind, is just taking Torm at least. Downside is, you give the enemy information that, yep, that's what we were doing. We're all on Tormentor. And if Roshan spawns, you know, it's 15 seconds here for the first potential spawn. We'll see if it spawns bottom. More than likely, they have to move top, though. It's only 30 seconds until it moves top.
Oh, very true. Big man.
Wow, he's actually up.
Serious
Yeah,
right now?
they can kill that in 20
Sayos
seconds.
is
Keep
like,
is
yo,
going. He's
what
like,
up?
okay.
There's
Wow,
literally-
that's the fastest spawn possible.
That's
That
huge.
sucks for BetBoom.
Man, oh. Yeah.
But you make your own luck. If you're not on the map, you don't get to be lucky. It could have been BetBoom being lucky right now, but they're in base. No fortune there.
It's just, it's like one of those funny things, you know, 9 times out of 10, you see the
Right?
support
Just wasting
walk
your
into
time.
Roche and they're sat there for two. I have, you know, old
Oh, they wanna
monitors,
fight
you have
top
like an image
on the
that gets
gate.
burnt
They
into
warded
the
it.
monitor. Oh, hang on, they're catching someone? Gonna fight here. In behind us,
One stuff.
up at the front is Yarrow, dooming the Kunkka. Say good night. Nice. Got buyback available. Spear goes through Nightfall, but the BKB's up for the Morphling. Notice, under the Moonlight Shadow, trying to get a bit of coverage here in the trees to run away. GPK half
Peek, you're ready on
down to
Mars.
the God's Rebuke, but Notice will fall. Aegis down. BetBoom are rallying around this. Mars, who arena straight back into Necro, and Here's eviscerated by the
they want
God
Rapier.
Rebuke. Good move.
That was dying.
Back in though by Miero and Nightfall, trying to focus on the no thing. Find the Doom as well.
Oh,
I did lose that TB, who's gone for 2 minutes, and GPK's returned. Notice sprinting back down south. He's very low, but he will escape. Toronto, Tokyo,
Oh
and
my God.
GPK. The eater cheese. He's munching on stuff, trying to fight in here onto Squadix. Oh, hello, Glimmer Cape TP.
he'll get him around.
Out there, and FNG going to try and go the same way, but the axe and finger
That
will
is
bring
a
them around
crazy
down.
fight. He got away with like 70 HP on the Mars as well in the end there. A lot of buybacks used, so GPK had to use his, Save used his, and Sayu used his. Morphling held on to his there very patiently. Even with the Rapier being on the ground, he realized I probably won't get there in time anyway. So just trying to hold, and you know, the TB's buyback is coming off cooldown here as well. We see the potential for this Rapier, like the amount of damage he can do. GPK he needs a Shroud. The item that saves you against this build is Shroud. I've done playtesting on it, because Shroud increased magic resistance works on a single damage source. So you get the maximum magic resistance even from one big nuke. And it would protect him really, really well.
So he needs Ghost Shroud and Eternal Shroud.
Yes, all the Shrouds.
Oh, noticed. That's just so easy, isn't
Yeah, I
it?
mean, he showed on the lane. Now Mars has 7,000 gold from, you know, bonking people here and there. So is it going to be the Arcane Blink first or Rapier first? I think he should sell the Dessa right now. Get rid of it.
Do you hold buyback now as these guys? Like when you're a Mars and you're going double Rapier, is having that second Rapier better than buyback?
You still want buyback. You still want it, I would say. I think he will farm it first. He could have bought it already. He farms buyback very quickly anyway, so just 1,000 more gold and he has Rapier plus buyback money.
And whose courier is that? Kunkka is nearly at Refresher Orb. So we're going to have multiple sides of Ice, Torrent Storms, boats, all that good stuff.
Yeah.
As
We
it does
also
that ghost ship
have Miranda
as well.
going for the Hex herself, so gonna be even more disabled.
Are scattered.
It's
And
common
they
when
have
you play against
Roshan.
Morphling, right? The more disabled, the better. Always so tricky to lock him down otherwise.
Yeah. And a Roshan's Banner as well. Still one of those items that I've like not quite figured out what I want to be doing with it. Where does it
Okay.
fit into my life? You know, do I put it on a lane that's pushing already? Do I want to be putting it on the lane that's not pushing and we're going here?
I've thought about this. Do you want to hear my thoughts on it?
Go for it, please. Yeah.
So generally, if you don't know what to do with it, I would just slap it on the mid tier 3 tower, right behind the tier 3 tower, between the racks. The reason for this, 45 seconds duration is enough for the creeps to run all the way to the enemy base and spend a good like 13 seconds, 15 seconds in the enemy base. Now, I don't really ask more of my creeps than staying alive 14, 15 seconds in the enemy base. That's plenty. And putting it behind your tier 3 tower is going to be a very safe location, so it's hard to snipe. It actually gives a lot of gold to kill it. It's 200 gold, and it is globally revealed when you put it where it is. So the enemy can just go there if you put it on a lane. And it has global cast range, so you don't have to run back to the tier 3 tower to do this. You can use it from anywhere, which is neat.
And just put it where you want to. Yeah, it's like,
Yeah,
you know,
that's the best one in my opinion. You can't do it on the side lanes though, because they take longer to reach the enemy base. But mid reaches enemy base.
yeah, I mean, I often just find myself in a situation where, like, let's say VP here, they go top and they push top. I would, like, my brain would naturally want to put it on that dire wave that's meeting with the radiant wave right now. I'd want to put it there.
This is a big moment here. They have the double rapier combined, and they're smoking forward. This is currently literally one shot on anyone on Mars, so he just wants vision on either Necro, Doom, or this Morphling.
Toronto, Tokyo, careful.
Oh, the
Steps
X mark
out.
him.
Notice missed
Safe.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
I mean,
a
this is
smart
like
way
a-
to use this trick, actually. That's so cheesy.
It's the old Kunkka trick, right? With the Daedalus and the Rapiers.
They're gonna do it again. They're gonna X-mark him. He's ready.
Toronto,
He's going in.
Tokyo.
Uh-oh.
Gonna get revealed once more.
He took
Send
damage.
him forward. Oh, he can't. He can't.
Ooh.
Hey. Doesn't get a kill.
Okay. Barely survived. Barely survived. Okay, that's it. Go farm one more rapier. We need more. sell the Desto, one more rapier, and then do it again.
Rapiers.
He queued up another one.
He's got
He
it.
did it, man. He sold the Desto and got a rapier.
So the second rapier isn't worth the buyback, but the third rapier.
I mean, every rapier gets stronger and stronger, right? So, like I mentioned, he has 75% spell amp now. Actually, the damage number you see when he God's Rebukes is not the real damage. The spell amp is not included in the red number when you see him do it.
It's
not.
more.
Smoke breaking.
FNG.
Hitting jump.
A little sneaky here. Lincoln's and Lotus used, returning the finger of death and noticed. Oh, it's nap time for Miero.
The force boots, he power slides into that God's Rebuke.
Jeez Louise.
Dude, this build. This is so funny. I was talking to you before today saying that this is one of the builds I want to see. Exactly this build.
Oh, we've got it.
Yep. This is a hilarious build.
I mean,
I had the pleasure of doing this in a Sing in-house recently, and it's just so much fun, dude. Here he goes again. The X-Mark adds a whole new level to it, though. So cheesy.
Oh, it's so free. Allows him to just go deep wherever he wants to. Toronto, Tokyo, starting off on this Terror Blade. They pop the Lincolns, a lot of damage, but TB has that Sunder and the backup of FNG.
Yeah, FNG has Spirit Vessel charges. He can keep himself alive, bring his HP up. He also has good HP regen from the items he has. And here goes another one. They gotta stay so far back. Look at the positioning here. And it might not be far enough back. Oh, the mana drain. Dealt damage to him.
I mean, do you want to buy back on Doom at this point?
Nah,
Not really.
I think you're fine.
Jump.
Pre-click X. Good stuff.
My God.
Save is doing a good job here. Both the mana drain to stop the blink and now the Hex as well. But how long can you keep it up? Sooner or later, this bonk is coming.
And sooner or later, your barracks are falling.
Yeah.
Terrorblade is just hitting buildings. Oh, notice, back in again. He's trying. He's poking.
Oh, Necro has unwavering condition. He's swapping in and out on wavering condition. He has 1800 HP now.
Oh, for the resistance?
Yeah, but what if he
That's
gets
good.
just physically bonked? I think he dies, maybe.
I think it...
Oh,
Oh, yeah. Okay.
that's your support scon.
Yep. One of them has buyback, but your base is in disarray. The barracks have fallen. The Mars is causing some serious problems.
I saw. It's in shambles now without Lion. How are you going to stop this guy from going in?
It just doesn't seem possible. Like, GPK's got to move forward and do something. But yeah, 1,800 HP. Seems pretty pathetic. Faced up against this VP side right now, even with all that magic resistance.
Yeah, no, he does not have enough armor as well with this build. Like, he's at 29 armor, 1,800 HP. That dies pretty fast to a TB or a Mars.
Be difficult.
Oh,
Tokyo
no.
blown up. Brought back and died, and now we do go in with the Doom and BKB of Miero focusing onto this Terror Blade, and they've got him. Kyoto down.
Alright, big kill for them, but they still don't have their support. They can keep being oppressive here even without their carry. They can still do the X-Mark trick, and anyone can die. Ooh, he survives it, wow.
Barely. Who's the real carry, though, at this point? Like, do you care, TB? Use this Metamorphosis. He's going to buy back. Meta is coming off cooldown in 2 seconds.
Yeah, they need someone to actually be the one pushing, so they can play behind it with this X-Mark cheese.
But you're not just dangling the TB. He's the one really pressing forward, doing objective-based gaming. GPK is tanky enough to withstand that. Magic burst.
TB is just bending.
Opens up on the throne. Arena Spear out onto Miero. GPK getting pummeled now by the Terror Blade. Finished off and killed. The throne is exposed and GG is called as VP take game 1. Are we looking at this thinking, hey,